Yes, we have discussed how we are going to consider a row address and how we are going to consider what column address. And now we'll move on to one simple problem. The question is like, consider an array of name what A. Consider, you have to consider an array that is A, and order of that matrix is what? 25 cross 4. See, 3 cross 3, 4 cross 4, we can easily find out. Okay, in 25 cross 4, you have to find what? An address. Okay, 25 cross 4, base value is what? 2000, and one word per memory location. In the sense, in each memory, only one item will be stored. Only one item. And you have to find the address of what? A of 12 3. A of 12 3, you have to use what? Both row and column major order. Okay, now first we'll see what and all the inputs they have given. See, first we'll take base value, that is base is equals to how much? 2000. Okay, then they have given I and j value. This is I and j value. I is equals to 12, j is equals to 3, and see, in each and every memory we have only one word. Okay, we have only one word. Now the word count is how much? 1. Now my row size is what? 25, and my column size is what? 4. So see, 25 cross 4 they have given in the question. 25 is my row size, 4 is my column size, but here I am taking m as row and n value as what? Column size. Okay, this is the inputs this is the inputs that will be derived from the question, and this is the formula to find out what row major order, that is location. You have to find the location of what? A of 12 and 13. You have to find the location of memory address 12 and 3. Okay, see, I value is what? 12, j value is what? 3. And base value plus number of words present in each memory cell, and in the formula, if it is row major order, you have to consider column size. Column size is what? N. And in column major order, everything is same. But here you have to consider what? Row. You have to consider what? Row major order. That's it. Only one minor changes you have to do. So in the problem, you have to find the location of what? A of 12 and 3. Okay, now what is the base value they have given? 2000 plus how many number of words stored in a memory cell? See, that is only one word. So here I have taken the word count is what? 1. That is 1. What is the n value? N value is what? 4. What is the I value? See, I value is what? 12. 12 minus 1 plus what is the j value? 3 minus 1. So 2000 plus 4, 11 plus 2. See here, 4 into 1 I have taken 4. 12 minus 1 you will get 11, 3 minus 1 you will get 2. So here 2000 plus 4, 13. You will get 2052. So now the location of A of 12, 3, the row major order is how much? 2052. Okay, same thing you have to do for what? Column major order. See, in row major order you are considering what? Row. N column. N means column, M means row. But in column major order, you have to consider what? Row. Row size you have to consider. Now, here also same location A of 12 and 3. Base address is what? Same, that is 2000 plus in each memory cell only one word will be stored, that is 1. So what is the I value? I value is what? 12 minus 1 plus what is the M value? m value is what? 25. See this one, 25. J minus 1. J minus 1, that is what? 3. 3 minus 2. J value is how much? 3. 3 minus 1, you get what? 2. So here 2000 plus 25 into how much? 11 plus 2. You will get 2061. Okay, like this you are going to find out what row major order and column major order. And this formula is very important. Whenever you are calculating row major order, you have to consider column size, that is n. Whenever you are finding column major order, you have to consider the row value, that is what your m. That is what your m. And see, array means A, and what is the order of matrix? 25 cross 4. The first is your row size, I have taken m, and the second one is your column size, that is what your n. And the base value already they have given, that is 2000, and 1 word per memory location. Now the W count will how much? 1. You have to find the address of A of 12 and 3. 12 is your I value, 3 is your J value. According to this inputs, you are going to find what? Row and major order. Next we will move on to what? Applications of an, what and all the applications of an array. See, what and all the applications of an array. Applications means where and all the concepts you are using what array. In which concepts you are using what this array. See, array that can be used to implement data structures. Okay, it is used in implementation of data structure. Okay, it can be used in what? Implementation of data structures, like what? Your queues, stacks, heap, etc. Okay, linked list, everything it will come. See, array that is mainly used to implement the data structures, like what? Your queues, stacks, heaps, hash tables, linked list, everything. What is mean by this queue, stacks, everything we will discuss in next coming concepts. And it is also used in mathematical vectors. It is used in mathematical vectors and also in matrices. Okay, like matrix multiplication, matrix addition. Okay, everything that is used in array concept. Say matrix multiplication, finding the vectors and all, in this concepts we are using what? Array. And third one is what? Your database. See, most of the database concepts uses what? One dimensional array. Okay, to store huge number of records. Okay, consider a student. Okay, student means if it is 1 or 10 students, easily we can identify, easily we can fetch the data. If some 1000 students are there, it is very difficult to manage. To store the student details or any organization details or employee details, we use what? An array concept. So in most of the database, it uses what? One dimensional array to store the records. Database means which is mainly used to store the information. Either it may be a student, or it may be organization, or it may be an employee. This database concept, it uses one dimensional array concept to store the records. Okay, so applications means it is used to implement data structure concepts, and it is also used in what? Mathematical vectors and matrix, like matrix multiplication, matrix addition. And the third one, it is used in database concepts like storing the multiple records. Okay, these are all the applications of what? An array. Now we'll move on to what? Advantage and disadvantages of array. The first one is what? Advantages. See, advantages and applications, it's both are similar. So again, the first point, what are all the advantages of RM is same thing. It is mainly used to implement your stacks, queues, linked list concepts, everything it is used to implement. And the second point, it is mainly used to store a multiple records, or it is mainly used to store multiple data items. If one or two, we can use normal data types. If you want to store multiple records or n number of records, we have to use what? Array concept. And the third one is like it is mainly used in mathematical functions like vectors and what? Matrices. Okay, suppose you consider a library. Okay, in a library, how the books has been arranged, it is arranged in an order. Okay, it is arranged in an order. If you want to identify how many number of books are there, how many number of question waves are there, everything that will be calculated depends on what array. This and all the advantage. Same thing, which and all the discussed in application, same thing, it will come under what? Advantages also. And the next one is what? Disadvantages. 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 The first one is what? Whenever you are using array, you have to know the array size in advance. You have to know array size in advance. So whenever you are using an array, or whenever you are declaring an array elements, you have to assign the size in advance or prior. Suppose I have taken n is equals to 5. So what will happen from 0 to 4 elements array size will be represented. Suppose I have taken n is equals to 10. What is my size? That is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So whenever you are using array, you have to assign the size in advance. You have to assign array size in advance. That is the first point. Second disadvantage is what? Array, it is static in nature. Static in nature. In the static means it is fixed. It cannot be changed. Okay, array is static in nature in the sense array size will be fixed. Okay, you cannot increase or decrease the memory size. Later you cannot increase or decrease the memory size. See here, n equals to 5 I have taken. That is my array size. Okay, it is static. It cannot be changed later. Okay, while executing it cannot be changed. That's why you have to declare in advance n is equals to 5. My size is 5. Later I want to increase or I want to decrease the size. It is not possible in array because it is static in nature. And third one is what? It has what? Fixed size. See, it has what? Fixed size. As I said, array it is static in nature. It is having what? Fixed size. So if it is having fixed size, what will happen? Suppose if I want to extend, if I want to insert more data items, it's not possible. If suppose I want to decrease the data items, what will happen? The memory will be wasted. So see here, see, I am going to take an array size n equals to 5. This is my fixed size. So what will happen? The size will be allocated from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and this is 0. So what is the problem then? Suppose I want to store some 7 elements, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, so what will happen? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Remaining two elements I cannot add. I cannot increase my memory. Why? Because already I have taken the size that is equals to 5 and it is static in nature, it cannot be changed. So I have 5. I can insert only 5 elements. Later I want to extend my memory also. It is not possible. Suppose I have only 2 elements. That is 10 and 20. That is 10 and 20. So in this size 5, I can use only two memory cells, that is 10 and 20, and remaining 3 cells that is wasted. Okay, it cannot be used for any sake. So wastage of memory will be there. So whenever you are assigning the size, you have to do it carefully. If you increase also, it will be a problem. If you decrease also, later it will create some other problem. So you have to create what size. If we take more elements while allocating a memory, in between we cannot change. If you take less elements, whatever the elements or whatever the memory space it is remaining, it cannot be decreased. It will be wasted on it. That is the third drawback. And the fourth one, all the memory, in an array, all the elements that is stored in consecutive memory location, all the elements that is stored in consecutive memory allocation, and addition and deletion of an elements will be difficult. It is difficult in addition and deletion of data items, and it is more time consuming. So it is very difficult in adding and deleting the data items, and it is also more time consuming. So this and all the drawbacks of what an array. So the first one is what, whenever you are assigning the size, you have to know prior. It is static in nature, it cannot be changed. Okay, it is static in nature and it is having fixed size. Later you cannot add or delete a memory. And third one, due to the static nature, any memory if you want to add, or any data items if you want to add, or any data items if you want to decrease, again it will leads to some other problem. And the third one, adding and deletion, it is very difficult and it is more time consuming.